rage now. I feel like an animal stuck in a cage and I'm ready to break out. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. This time, like the last time, you better get ready to race to the top. I'm ready to do this, show you what the truth is. I step on the field, it's time to get real, I'm feeling so ruthless.
Good afternoon and welcome to Asbury Park High School in Asbury Park, New Jersey on this beautiful sunny day for game one of playoff action in the Eastern Conference semifinals. We have Lexington Phantoms, your number 4 seed, against the U. That's Paterson U. I'm Bronna Marks here with Up Top Ham, and we're glad to be bringing you all the action today for spring football. Ham, we're going to be looking at some really great players breaking out for the Phantoms just in that wild card game. We're looking at Jeff Botts right now. Had some really good runs and some really big plays. What are you expecting from him today?
I'm not gonna lie, I was seeing a little preview from plays earlier. He makes a lot of plays on the ground, and he actually tackles pretty well from what I've seen. So I'm looking for him to make some good plays and a big impact in this game for him.
Yeah, he really does a little bit of everything, and in a league like this, you really have to figure out your strengths on both sides of the ball. Like you said, big tackler, but also running their offense now later in the season. Keno Thomas has stepped up as an amazing quarterback for the Phantoms. Ham, what are you looking for from him to do today?
He just got to be an athlete. From what I've seen, he all over the field. He can play quarterback, receiver. He just make big plays. So I think the team going to need him to step up and just be him for real today.
Yeah, for sure. And for the Phantoms, we saw earlier this season, Jaden Miles was actually a big benefactor in that win against Paterson U earlier this season. But now Keno has had his moment to step up and really do something big here. And we're definitely going to see him step it up. And look at this interception right now. So one of those players that really could do it all and make his name known across the field. The U is going to have a big problem trying to stop him today.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. As we see the flex. And then on the opposite side, we have Paterson U, the U, with one of the best quarterbacks in A7FL history. Quattrell Huffin, 2-time MVP and a 3-time champ as a QB. Ham, what's the vibe from him today?
Now, I've actually got a chance to see him play. From what I've seen, he's pretty athletic and actually makes good throws, great ball placement. So I'm looking to see him take over. And I know that he should be a key component in this game. So
yeah, and he's going to be playing with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. As I mentioned, their only loss this season is to the Phantoms. It was a little bit of a last chance opportunity for the U to do something big. They won that game on April 12th, 31-25. So Huff, today's the day. You're going to show up and change that storyline. We'll see.
yeah.
As we get ready for our 3-on-1 throw off, and they're going to figure out which way the ball is going to go here, which team is going to have this advantage as we start this game today. And we'll be right back with more. If you want to become an owner, make sure you go to a7fl.com/owners. Good afternoon, y'all. Welcome back to Asbury Park High School in Asbury Park, New Jersey. A beautiful day for playoff football in this league of A7. And once again, I'm Brana Marks here with Up Top Ham as we're seeing the Phantoms face off against the U, your number 4 and number 1 seeds respectively, as they go deeper into this postseason run and we get ready for the 3-on-1 throw-off here in Asbury Park. And we have the U downfield receiving, and Keno Thomas, the star step-up quarterback for the Phantoms, is going to be throwing it off here for Lexington.
What's up, motherfucker? Get out of the white. This is my bed.
What is the advantage you're looking for, Ham, as we get started early? You think it's going to be a big run straight out, or is it going to be a little bit of a slow burn for the U?
I'm thinking, I don't know how too much of the Lexington plays.
Yeah.
I know the U has a electric offense, and I know they like to get that run game going, so I think they're going to try to establish the run and then, you know, open the pass up.
Yeah.
Whether that's with the quarterback or getting that running back some ball.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. You know, the Phantom, they're really big on the defense. We saw in that wild card game against the Renegades, they like to fill up the box and put pressure on the quarterback. So hopefully the U can get some good positioning here, as I believe this is number 7, Pack Money, waiting for the throw off. And here's the whistle. Keno stepping up to throw on your near sideline. Here's Pack Money with the run, going around his defenders, looking for the sideline, getting some good field advantage, going out around the 38 or so.
That was a good side. That was a nice solid run.
Right?
Solid run. Solid.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a good takeoff. He was able to get some advantage, go around his defenders. So you see Keno again doing it all, throw off, defending, special teams. He does it all, y'all. That's what A7 is about. And we're going to see a lot of that today from all these players as the U gets ready for their first drive of the game. As you can see, already in the huddle, taking their time, and we're going to see this highlight. Incredible run by Pack. Was able to pick up those extra few yards and evade. Here's a snap.
Yep, getting that run game going.
We gotta wrap up, man. We gotta wrap up.
Number 10 taking both teams with him to get several yards up the field. I believe that's Dirty Dan or Doc Boss. I believe that's Dirty Dan for the U.
Yeah, if he's able to keep doing that the whole game, they're going to have a long day trying to stop that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a long day for all these running plays. And that's another big one. They were quick to start that play off. Gets past the big men, 74-0. Everybody gets in there to try to stop number 10.
18.
But now we're at the 55, almost midfield right here. Here's a run again.
Ball back out to him. I'm not gonna lie, to be a big guy, he has a real high motor, and I like that. After he gets the first initial contact, he's looking to get more yards and not just going down on the first hit.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said it, you know, there may be a lot of run plays in this first drive, and that's what they're dependent on, their running back to take over here as he continues to grasp the handoff and pick up yardage for the U. And he's going to take some time out now as we get a little bit of a relief for their running back, and Huff is going to figure out what he's going to do. Yeah. What are you expecting him next?
I think a pass might be coming right now, I think.
There it is. There's that short pass, but no real gain.
We need blockers out there.
Yeah, definitely needed some blockers. Number 18 out there flexing for the Phantoms. Phantoms are real big on their defense. That's where their strengths really come from. Seen it all season. But Huff, real high Q in the football in A7, so it's not going to be an easy one today. Here's that replay. Huff expecting some pressure. Then he passes it off to his receiver, who's not able to do much, but at least it's a completion, right? No real big loss, no interception. Keep it clean.
It's kind of hard in that scenario. You don't have a lot of blockers out there. The majority of the blockers were on the line. So in that scenario, you just don't have a lot of blockers on the edge to actually execute that play.
Yeah, and that was Drew Ruffin on the Phantom just in the play before, who made that big tackle, that big stop. We'll definitely see some more of him today. As we're pulling up 1st and 10 for the U. We got some.
You know who's 51's name?
51 on Phantom or the U? Here we go.
Phantom.
We're gonna have to call him anonymous for now.
Well, Mr. Anonymous said some colorful words before the game. He said Huff was gonna be his girlfriend for today.
Oh wow! You know, in this league, the guys are not afraid to talk their talk. And you know, it's a very interesting start to this game with a turnover and downs, and the Phantoms taking over now and trying to prove their own run game. But yeah, Ham, there's a lot of characters in this league. Never a boring day in the A7FL, as we see Keno Thomas working to prove his point.
Yeah, well, fullback in the backfield, I haven't seen that from a lot of teams.
Definitely a good setup. It's a
That's
run.
a big run.
There's the screen, there's the hole, there's the space, and there is Keno Thomas doing what he does.
Yeah, he's going to be a big part of this offense, I feel. He's going to have to be a big part of this offense if they want to win, honestly.
Absolutely. That is amazing. Here's that replay. Look at this. Takes his time. Sees the hole, evades the tackle, evades another tackle.
That's a good setup block by his offensive guard, too.
Super strong move.
It's there. Go get it.
Here's Keno with the long throw. Not gonna make that one. That's to his receiver.
DG, you gotta get the ball.
OG Buck, I believe. As the Phantom look to reset here on 2nd and 10. A little under 10 minutes in the first quarter. They've already done way more than the U did on their first drive.
Yeah.
They're looking towards that light blue, that end zone. Teams are going to shift over a little bit, reset. Looks real tight on the line. Probably some pressure coming. Absolutely. And here's the handoff.
That's good blocking.
And Jeff breaks free, or Hefe, as you may know him.
That's a touchdown. That's a good solid run right there.
Down Lexington Phantoms.
What is that? Boy, Jeff is hype right now.
That's Jeff. We saw him in the highlights, making big runs, making big plays, tackles, all of the above, filling the stat sheet. Here he is in this highlight. Keno sees the blitzer coming to him. Quick throw off to Hefe. And Hefe leaving the U in the dust.
That's a good solid combination of speed and power, and way to not get caught on the 1 yard line and actually get in that end zone.
Takes his man with him to the end zone.
On his back.
Absolutely. That's the strength that we're going to see all day, y'all. As we go for this conversion two-pointer. Okay. Throw it further into the backfield. Here's Keno trying to get around two green jerseys. Can't seem to do nothing with that one. So that conversion is going to be dead. As we see this score 6-0. Phantoms ahead of the U. Look at this, though.
Do you feel like that was a pretty easy score, or do you feel like they had to work a lot for that?
That was just smart. It was just smart. The anticipation, knowing the pressure is gonna come, the trust from Jeff to make sure that he was right in line with his QB. That's chemistry right there. That's smarts. That's a good play. That's great football. And we're gonna reset here for another 3-on-1 throw off. Number 7, Pack Money, back in the backfield. He got some good advantage in that first throw off, but the U unfortunately wasn't able to do much with it. No points on the board just yet. We're gonna put him back out there and see if he could get some good yardage this time around. Here's Keno. Taking his time, gonna run it and throw it off. So it looks a little short.
A high throw right there.
I'm gonna let it bounce. That's gonna be dead. And I believe it's gonna be a running start now because the ball did not pass the 25-yard line. That is a A7 rule. So now they're gonna have to stop number 7 in space. And he's going. Jets are on. Runs directly into the tackle, drops the ball. But they're gonna call that. They're gonna call that down on the ground. So here we are around the 40 mark hash.
That's a good return. I almost think he had a little bit of space to the left he could have utilized, but
yeah,
solid run.
Yeah, he was like, well, I'm just going to give up my body here. He didn't even try to spin off or go around. He was like, you know what? I'm confident in this stance right here on a first down for the U. Here's Trell with the shotgun lineup set up. Gonna fake it, play action. Still looking for something. Just gonna run out of bounds. Trell looking a little bit uncomfortable in that pocket right now early in this game. Ham, how you feel about the way he's playing?
He does look a little rattled. The D-line is getting a lot of pressure. I don't know if my mystery guy's out there right now, but his teammates are definitely putting a lot of work and making Huff stressed right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we've seen this a lot from Lexington this season, where they just fill the box up and they're looking to apply this pressure.
Oh, it's open.
The fake.
That's a good play right there.
Huff.
That's a good play right there.
He said, you ain't got me just yet. Number 9 in the end zone. That's Dakari Mims with a huge play, left wide open, deep in the red zone and easily into the end zone. So now we really got a game now.
As my coach used to say, there's a method to my madness.
Here's our replay.
They've been running the ball all down the field. Defense comes up, and the top is wide open.
Huge play by Mims. Completely leaves his man Keno again over there playing defense, maybe 10 yards back from Mims, and Mims just walks it in so easy. Here's a 1-point conversion attempt from Huff and the U. Looking for something, anything.
First ball.
Oh! And he finds something right in that top corner of the end zone. Throws from right to left. Wow, we've seen some incredible football already, y'all. The U up 7-6, and we'll be right back after break with more amazing A7FL playoff action.
Let's go. Don't leave early.
Welcome back to A7FL football inside Asbury Park High School, and we're brought to you by Tape Me Up. Tape Me Up, that is Trainer Steve. Athletes at every level trust Tape Me Up for professional athletic training and taping services from ankles to cleats. Trainer Steve has you covered. Visit tapemeup.net. Don't get hurt, get taped. There's a lot going on that field. Looks like Tape Me Up took some time to really tape something up. Ham, what'd you see down there?
So, correct me if I'm wrong, this is my first time commentating. This is my first time being an announcer, but did they just get the ball back?
You know what? That man, here's a replay. Throw off from the U. That's
Ball
Huff.
bounced back over their heads, and the U got the ball
Real
back.
high. So it bounces, and then the U recovers. So it's gonna be U ball. That ball was live when it hit the field.
I did not know that was a rule.
Yeah, the 3-on-1 is unique in the fact that the ball is live, I believe, if it touches after the 25. And then whoever has it gains possession.
That's good hustle, too. Being at the right place at the right time, being able to make a play on that ball.
Incredible effort from Paterson. This is playoff football, y'all. We're going to see a little bit of everything today. And if you're not quick on your feet, it's going to mean that you may not see the next game of this postseason. Here's a U, handing it off. Number 7, bullying his way down the field. That's Pac Money. Seen him on a few throw-offs today already. Now lining up for some offensive power. Here's Huff with his running back, Dirty Dan.
Dirty Dan.
Set up next to him, may do something dirty on this play. There he goes.
Yeah, it's going to take the whole team to bring him down.
Every time. You don't really want to tackle Dirty Dan unless you got a real reason.
So personally, what is your favorite aspect of the A7FL? Do you think you like running or passing?
You know, this league surprises me every time I watch a game or call a game because these guys are so talented. You know, you remove the aspect of pads and helmets and all the, frills of professional football, and you just play raw, man-to-man football, and I feel like it just brings even more energy. There was a penalty on that play. I believe it was holding on the Phantom, a 5-yard penalty, first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the U. But it's really just never a boring game, Ham.
Never a dull moment either.
Never. And these guys they're so passionate. They show up on a Sunday afternoon. It's been really cold earlier this season. Today it's a little bit better, but still windy on the field. And they're still going to bring their best. Here's Dirty Dan.
Dirty Dan.
Bringing his best. And it takes 4 white, black, and gray jerseys to bring him down.
His coach definitely told me to watch out for him today. He's definitely putting in some work.
Here's a little bit of a different setup for Huff, but it's still going to go to Dirty Dan.
Just give it back to Dirty Dan. Just give it back to Dirty Dan.
Run it
gotta
again.
get in that box.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to run it again. Give it to him one more time.
Play.
Same play. Same play. They're looking at 3rd and 4, 3rd and goal, really.
Hopefully he's not tired. He got to reward himself all that work he's been doing.
They knew as soon as they get under that 20-yard line, put in Dirty Dan, make him run. Let's get it done here.
On Dirty Dan, get that box.
The Phantom looking to apply some pressure, keeping it
Good
tight.
cut.
But right around Dirty Dan.
Dirty Dan.
Said, okay, so I can't go up the middle. So how about I go to the right?
Okay.
Bye-bye. Touchdown. The U.
Shout out Dirty Dan.
Incredible work from Dirty Dan. He has been such a major factor in pushing these drives upfield for the U. Here's that replay. Well, you thought you were going to get me in the middle. Nope. A little bit of a late tackle there, but he was already secured the touchdown. And here they're going to go for the extra point. No kicking in A7. No soccer, as Corey Hammond would say, our vet and announcer. Here's that play to the back. Number 1 tripping over his defender.
He stepped out before he got in.
It looks like they're going to talk it through, and we're going to be right back as the score is 13-6 in the first. The U up on the Phantoms here in the Eastern Conference semifinals. We'll be right back after this break. If you want to become an owner, you want to bring a team to your city or your town or your country, A7FL.com/owners. We'll be right back. Good afternoon. Welcome back to Asbury Park High School. The Phantoms and the U. Here's a 3-on-1 throw-off. Little way through the first quarter, almost all the way through, and that's Jeff, or Hefe, in the highlighter being swung down by OG Buck of the U. A little bit more field to get through for the Phantoms here at this placement. Ham, what do you think the Phantoms need to do right now to try to get closer in this down advantage? Disadvantage.
They did pretty good running the ball. I say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I would like for them to get their pass going, but you have to establish the run first, which they have been doing. They just messed up on the kickoff.
Here's Jeff again, trying to make up
Jeff running hard
for that botch kickoff, the throw-off, excuse us. Making up for it here, picking up, what is that, about 15 yards already. Don't quote me, y'all. My math is bad. I'm here for the place.
Yeah.
Now we're about middle field again, as Keno Thomas and the Lexington Phantom looking to do something here. Here's Keno, a little bit of a scramble, looking downfield.
Too much air on it.
Definitely. Number 18, eligible receiver downfield, not able to get that far out. Ball is just a little bit too far.
Honestly, if he would have set his feet, I feel like he would have had a way better chance of getting a better throw. Kind of rushed it a little bit.
He definitely was. He was throwing under pressure there. Found it better to throw it off than potentially get a sack or get a loss. And I'll run up another play here. Keno's got some options. Receiver at the top, one at the bottom. Running back behind Behind him, some extra protection, but the pressure is coming. Kino looking for something. He's going to do it himself.
That's a great job to think fast, get out that pocket, and get what you can get.
Absolutely.
That play could have been way worse.
Sometimes you just got to make something out of nothing.
But that's what we expect from him.
Absolutely. And the U doing a good job defensively right now, really not allowing the Phantoms to get too comfortable here as we're approaching 2 minutes in the first. Lexington at the 3rd and 5. Here's Kino again. Pressure again, and he's going to slip through. Finds a sideline. Finds some time. Kino Thomas just quick on his feet and quick mentally to make a play when it seems like there's nothing out there for him.
I don't know. I feel like he's just about to do this all by himself. He's about to get that box by any means necessary.
Here's that play again.
Good cut.
You can see him, all that pressure coming down from the U. The U taking some notes out of the Phantoms book as far as loading the box up and going straight for the quarterback. But Kino's really great.
Is open.
Footwork and long ball, but that's an incomplete. It's going to put up 2nd and 10. It's a long game of football, y'all, as we're approaching the end of the first quarter. There's been a lot of great plays on both sides. This is playoff football in this league. The Lexington Phantom probably, I'm sure, looking to score before it all wraps here in the first. How are they going to get it done? Is it going to be Kino by himself?
Kino about to put it on his back right now.
Here's some motion. Kino got some folks going downfield, but still doing it himself. Looks like he gets tackled right on the far sideline. Goes out of bounds, but clock is still ticking. 3rd and 4th. Phantom's trying to do something quickly here. As Kino gets set up, 2 men opposite him. Again, trying to get a little bit of movement here. Straight up the middle. I believe that's Jeff Bots, that highlighter. Doesn't pick much up. 4th and 3 now. Clock will continue to tick down.
They're taking their time. They're going to have to take a shot in the end zone.
Yeah. Not much left to do. They may just let the clock run out and take that advantage back in the second. Oh, looks actually. Yep, they're going to walk it off. That's the end of the first quarter, y'all. The U up on the Phantom 6. And this break is brought to you by No Limit. Wearable biometric shorts delivering real-time performance data. Train smarter, recover better. Scan the QR code and learn more at nolimit.pro. These players are built with no limitations. As we see at the end of the first, Paterson U up 13-6 on the Phantom. It's been a good one so far. We'll be right back after this break. But while you're away, become an owner at A7FL.com/owners. Welcome back to the A7FL. A7FL football is pure chaos. That's why Chaos Gladiator Fitness is the official hybrid fitness partner of the A7FL. Make sure you scan that QR code to download the app for a chance to win a free month of training. Or start today for just $15 a month. From as we are underway in the second.
That's a good stop right there.
Ham, tell us what we're seeing at the start of the second quarter.
QB scrambling around trying to make something shake, and he had too much dip on his chip, as some would say.
A little too much to pressure to do anything much, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, apologies. The Phantom taking up where they left off. Tries to pass it off to his man in the highlighter pink. A little upset that he wasn't able to do anything. Here's the U on 1st and 10 around the 25-yard line. Oh, that was an interception that we almost saw.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. I was reading sponsor read. I need one extra eye in this booth. Here's some motion.
That's sweet.
The U doing a good job. Number 7 Pack Money coming around that corner to the sideline. Try to pick up a little bit of something. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4. So like I say, he gained a little bit of something. About 6 yards there on that play. Here's Huff, 2-time MVP, 3-time champ. Lining up shotgun. Receiver at the bottom.
Okay.
Throws it off, short pass. Immediately tackled right out of bounds.
He's just everywhere.
Number 9, we need your name, mister. You bringing in all their weapons today to make sure they could get some really good advantage over the Phantoms, as the Phantoms have haunted them this season, handing them their only loss. As the U huddles up, tries to draw up a play here on 3rd and 3, looking for that first down.
Good stop right there.
But it's not a first down. It's a
And
stuff.
guess who's in on that tackle? Jeff.
Jeff. We see you, Jeff. It looked like 40 was out there doing something too.
Yeah.
43, but we call him 40. Here's a U going to get another chance. On 4th and 2, and that is looking like a little bit of a botched play. It's a turnover on downs. At least that's what it should be. The ref's going to talk it out here. And what are you looking forward to? We're in game 1 right now. We got another game coming up, but these teams seem to be playing real fast pace. No distractions today. What have you seen that's just made you excited about this?
I can just feel the energy. I mean, we obviously are in the sky.
Yeah.
You feel me? But I can feel the energy on the field. I'm normally on the field, so like I can kind of like just see what's going on down there.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of excites me the most, just the energy, the excitement, everybody running. You feel me? It's just, I don't know, it's lit.
Yeah, it's high stakes today.
Yeah.
It's win or go home. Oh, hi, y'all. We have a booth shot. Hi, I'm Brana. Up top, Ham. Nice to be with y'all today on this beautiful, little bit of overcast going on, but we've seen some colder days as we get back to play action here.
A great catch.
Huff.
That's a good catch right there.
A little bit of a slam dunk pass.
That's a catch.
Looks like Dot Boss out there, number 2.
That was a good catch.
Eligible
That was a good
tight
play
end.
design also.
That was Very, very fun. I will say this league is so fun. You really never know what kind of play you're going to see from the quarterback. Here he is alone in the box.
Oh.
But it looks like there was already a penalty.
Logical, bro. Logic thinking of it.
It looks like a timeout on the Phantom.
That was a good play.
Here's that replay.
Us.
Woo! Look at that OBJ
He
catch.
feeling like, I was just about to say that he feeling like Odell right now.
One hand up top, dot boss, dot pass, dot catch, okay? Love to see it. I think we're going to see that again from a different angle. Or, yep, there it is. What an incredible grab from Dot Boss. Make sure you cut that and put it in your highlight reel,
Yeah,
my man.
He's definitely going to be posting that on his Instagram tonight.
Okay, we need to see that on the A7FL Instagram, the TikTok, the YouTube.
Everything.
Tag OBJ. As we get back underway here after that timeout. Huff passes it back to his man. He can't grab it. But it looks like the U's still going to recover. It was a very quick pass to his running back.
I don't know how he didn't get that up off the ground. However, the U just managed to get that ball back.
Yeah.
They're blessed.
Very lucky. Very, very lucky that the Phantom just weren't quick enough to recover that. Could have been a fumble recovery. Instead, Paterson's going to get another opportunity here on 2nd and 15. So a lot of ground to make up. Here's a motion. Huff with a fake. Pressure coming.
Good.
Finds Dot Boss again. Here's Dot Boss looking for the
Dot
sideline. Phantom, that's Jefe. Jeff is going to take Dot Boss down. Short of the first, it looks like it is. It's 3rd and 4. But great run from Dot Boss and great just perception of his QB needing his help. Here's that replay. Ham, what you seeing here?
My boy Dot Boss got shades of Odell and shades of Delaney Walker.
Okay.
He definitely cooking out here right now.
He's studying somebody.
He hot.
He's looking like one of the greats, definitely.
You gotta feed the hot hand right now. He's hot.
Definitely for the U. They're doing something
Oh,
right
middle's
here.
open. Oh, you get Dot
And
Boss
then-
again.
Okay. With the dot pass, and he's looking for the touchdowns. And that is a touchdown for the U. Dot Boss still going. He's about to end up in the water over there.
Yeah, nah.
Too much momentum. Sorry, that's number 8,
That's number
actually.
8.
Not Dot Boss, but we miss you, Dot. That is number 8 with the touchdown.
Nah, he's pretty fast to be that big.
Great play. We're going to see it again. A little bit of a fake by Huff as the pressure came to him. Hands it off for the short pass on the near sideline. And number 8, putting on the Jets.
Smart play by Huff, too. He was hesitant. He was supposed to flick it in the first window. Saw there was a defender right there. Got a little extra room and then resumed with the play. And it ended up being a touchdown. That's a smart play by Huff.
Yes, and that was to Haas. Big play, Haas. Dubois.
Oh, Haas. Huff the Haas.
I love it. Here's a U again, but there's a flag.
Run it.
Oh. Well, it looks like the play may be killed anyways. Because there was definitely a penalty. That's number 5 in that pink. Acting as quarterback, running back, and receiver. Couldn't get it done there, though. Don't believe they're going to replay this.
Yeah, I think they're about to go to the throw.
So it's 19-6. The U up big on the Phantoms.
Is the U surprising you today?
You know, I don't think they're surprising me, but they're looking real confident late in this season. And we're going to see way more of that confidence after we come back from break. Welcome back to A7FL, brought to you by Kinetic Relief. They believe recovery matters. Kinetic Relief delivers fast, plant-based relief to keep you moving. Like this 3-on-1 throw of plant-based relief to keep you moving. Scan the QR code for a chance to win a free sample and visit kineticrelief.com. And now we are going to have, what's going on, Ham? Keep us updated. Did we just see the throw?
It was a high throw. I'm pretty sure they're about to do a run. Isn't that what you call it?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, you know, I'm catching on.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, so a lot of us are new. It's only my first season here. We're learning as we go. Here's the runoff for the Phantoms.
Good move.
A little bit of juke. Still can't get him down. Number 18. Come on. The headgear coming off. The shoes coming off. The ball is still thick in his hands, though, and protected.
That was a smart job by number 15. A person like me, I probably would have overcommitted, missed the tackle, and he would have scored. Instead of him chasing after the returner, he backed up.
Look at the spin move.
11 missed, and he was able to be the safety blanket at the end to save the touchdown.
That is just really amazing footwork. Strong ankles.
18 was working, though.
That's Drew Ruffin.
Just a strong.
He actually led the league in interceptions last year, so really big defensively, but obviously special teams. Looks like the Phantoms are relying on him a little bit more to just put them in the right space for the best opportunity as they are down here 6-19. And we're going to have a penalty on the U. As we see this game start to tick, looks like that's going to be about 10 yards.
Yeah, Langston might want to give my boy Jeff back the ball.
Yeah.
They haven't scored since he touched it last.
That is true. Jeff's looking for his next opportunity. Looks like he is setting up as a running back here, as they're going to benefit for a better field advantage after that mistake by the U. Here's Keno. Oh, the spin and the throw and the hit. Here's Jeff.
Solid play.
Definitely some good defense, watching where the ball is going. It was coming towards the near sideline, so they're able to stop Jeff before he really put the burners on. You know, the Phantoms have been a big surprise this season to a lot of people around the league. They're relatively new. This is their first full season playing, and here they are as the number 4 seed, trying to prove the fact that they are meant to be here in this postseason playing against the U. But right now, they're definitely down by a few. Yep, here's a little bit of emotion as we see Keno trying to make something happen, continuing to backpedal.
Okay, Keno.
But he may
got a touchdown
still
right there.
figure it out.
Oh!
Fluffs it off in the interception.
Wow.
There's nobody really downfield. Missed tackle.
Oh, my goodness.
Escaping.
He
hands it off to, I think that's going to be a forward pass, though.
Yeah.
That may not be legal, but it was cute. And OG Buck is going to talk his talk.
Wow, I was just about to say, I think the U might have Lexington's number.
Ooh,
I was just about to say that.
They indeed do. I believe that was Dakari Mims with their interception and tried to return it for a pick 6. Here's that replay. Ham, what do you see from Keno really trying to make something happen?
Keno has been making plays. He's been doing a lot on his feet, but he can't be Superman.
Yeah.
You feel me? He needs his whole team to get involved. Jeff, you feel me? The receivers. I haven't seen a lot from the receivers at all. And actually on that play, it was a touchdown wide open in the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the receivers was wide open. So
he had so much time.
He just had a lot going on.
He had a lot of time, but was trying to, you know, avoid the sack.
Yeah.
I believe this is number 13 who he was trying to throw
that's
to
four, yeah.
downfield, and Mims was the one who picked up that interception, pops the ball out to number 3 of the U, and just then he
That is disrespectful right
very
there.
lucky that wasn't a
That is
little
disrespectful.
bit of a issue there, but it looks like there's gonna be a flag anyway. So
That is disrespectful right there.
they may have saw that and he was like, you know what? We probably should fix that. That was a little bit of unnecessary, but a little bit of a personal foul there by number 3 on the U. DJ Butcher, apologies, that's number 3.
Yeah, you did not come to play today, and
And to see Keno again trying his best. As you said, Ham, there was a few receivers down there. Just a little bit too much of a tight pass as we see Paterson take over again. Big tackle by the Phantoms as Mayweather steps in for the U. Number 20, Mayweather has been a big contributor for the U this season. Was wondering when he was going to come in and let everybody know that he is here. The U has so much depth and so much talent to rely on, and that's probably why we're seeing such a big advantage in the score right now. Up 19-6, around 6:30 left in the second as we see some play action going on. Here's Huff, a little bit of a scramble.
Made it work.
To Mayweather. Mayweather said, "Yes, it's my time."
Yeah, they got their number down.
I
Speed
have
down.
arrived, and I have come in to bring the touchdown to the U.
They got their number on speed down.
Yeah, the U looking like the number one that they are. As we are going to see a little bit of friendly exchange of words as emotions start to heat up in this game. Here's that replay. Ham, what you see here on this replay?
That's just a good job by Huff. Way to be smart. You pump faking and just finding the open man, and he's able to get in the end zone. So good block by 88 also. It's just an overall smart play, honestly.
Great play. I'm going to see it one more time here. Huff, a really great block, like you said, by number 52, Mayweather. Putting his hand up, finds a little bit more space downfield. Still very connected with his QB.
That's a great play.
And he knew it. He knew as soon as he passed it off, he had that opportunity for the touchdown. Another good block by number 88 on the U. Just really great involvement overall from this Paterson team, looking like a championship team for real late in this season. As we see Mayweather again turning it up for the U. And we'll be right back. You want to become an owner? Well, make sure you go to A7FL.com/owners. Welcome back to the A7FL. Are you subscribed to the YouTube channel yet? You probably should do that. And when you subscribe, jump into the chat live. Subscribe now at youtube.com/the A7FL. That's youtube.com/the A7FL. Never miss the hits, the highlights, and the best in no pads football. We are back here. I am Brana Marks here with Up Top Ham. Proud to bring you game 1 of playoff action inside Asbury Park High School. Coming back off of a little bit of a friendly exchange, as we like to say here in this league. Emotions run high, passions on fire. The U has a big lead, and that is not always going to make their opponent happy. As we have a little bit over 6 minutes left here. Looks like the U is going to get an opportunity off of all that emptying of sidelines that happened right before our break.
Hopefully Lexington is able to start putting up some points on that board, getting their full team involved. I think that's the main thing, getting the full team involved, and I feel like that's what they need to do.
Yeah.
The whole team.
As these teams try to figure out what they're going to do next, we're going to be right back, and make sure if you want to become an owner, just go to a7fl.com/owners. Hey, y'all. Happy Sunday. Glad to be here with you at Asbury Park High School on this beautiful spring afternoon for some playoff action. Seen a lot going on downfield, trying to reset things after a little bit of
friendly exchange.
Yeah, a little emotional turmoil as these guys are fighting for rights, as in bragging rights, as in playoff wins, as in the opportunity to be in the Final Four, maybe seeing a championship ahead of them. So obviously we're definitely going to see a lot of different things going on the field, but we're happy to have you inside the booth as we're actually now back on the field. As Paterson takes over, here's number 5 in that bright pink, acting as QB. Looking, and he's actually gonna push his blocker into the end zone with him.
The U is on fire, I'm not gonna lie.
Woo!
They can't be stopped.
Wow, wow, wow. What a day. What a day for the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, the U. Benefiting off, I believe, which was the issue we were talking about, the friendly exchange. They got right up on the end zone, right up on that opportunity for a touchdown. Good block here. And everybody just pushing each other in for the score.
Yeah. I always say football is football, so you never know what can happen, but if Lexington don't do something soon, it might get out of hand. I don't know.
Now, if you're new to the A7FL, we do have a mercy rule. So I believe if you're up by 7 touchdowns by the 4th quarter, well, then, you know, everybody just gets to go home early. Because in reality, nothing is really going to work after that kind of deficit. So here's the throw off now. This is number 16. He's gonna run it, and Jeff in the backfield for the Lexington Phantoms. He's quick. The U gotta be quicker, and they're gonna do it. They're gonna get that good wrap tackle and bring them down around the 41 line. And we're gonna see how this momentum can change. You know, we were talking about it earlier. The Phantoms relatively new to this league. Well, under their new name, at least. Some of the background on this, you know, is that they're kind of proving themselves. I believe this team was formerly the QC Crush, a part of a different division that was under the A7FL, and Keno was actually their QB. And during that run in last season, they lost to the Renegades at this same plot line at the same basically point in the playoff series. So here's the Phantom again, really looking to prove themselves. Big tackle. Keno pushed out of bounds, and we got a little bit of input here. The sidelines don't clear. That's number 1 with that big tackle. Doesn't look like they're gonna call it anything there. But the Phantom's definitely not happy about that. Here's a replay.
Keno is definitely showing his athleticism, but he definitely needs to get his team involved.
Yeah, that was definitely a late hit by the U.
That was pretty late.
He was completely out of bounds before number 1. And here comes the field shift now after that late hit. Look like it's going to be about 15 yards there. And the Phantoms, really, they've been getting a lot of advantage just off U mistakes.
Yeah.
Working in their favor. Here's the motion. Here's the fake. Here's the throw to the near sideline. Okay. And that's Drew picking up a few yards for the U.
That's what I mean by getting your teammates involved. Even if it's like a screen or he just has to know that he can't do it all by himself. Football is a team sport. You need your whole team.
It is, and it looks like actually after that 15-yard gain on the U's penalty, they're going to actually eat some of that back.
Wow.
On their own penalty. Here's that pass. May have been holding or something. Can't see it from here. May have been holding on Jeff. Big pull down also in that tackle from the U's defense. So now we're back here again in the middle of the field on a 1st and 15. Here's Keno, quick pass to Drew. Drew looking to get around, drops the ball.
Wow.
Oh,
great play by number 9 also.
Man. Oh.
Special player.
Okay, special player. that was a special play right there.
Definitely special play.
We've definitely seen, okay, well, he's gone from Mr. Anonymous to Mr. Special Player. Welcome to the A7, Mr. Special Player, number 9 on the U. We've seen him get scrappy a few times here on the defense, and we're going to see it again. Somebody in front of the camera. There's a West Virginia bag kind of blocking our line of sight. But here's where the ball pops out. And we're going to actually get a different viewpoint. So here's that quick pass. Drew looking to get through those green jerseys, and the ball is just pulled out.
That's a good play.
By number 16. And then Mr. Special Player, he's got his eye on the ball. Here's a U taking over on the... Ooh, here's a long pass.
Huff
Incomplete.
feeling different right now. I don't know what he ate this morning.
Okay.
Huff is feeling
What's
different.
the pre-game routine? We need to know.
Yeah, we gotta.
Is it the hat? Is it the beanie with the jewels on it? I feel like maybe it's like some crystals, and he's got like really good alignment going on today, but or maybe really it's just his experience and the fact that he is a built bred winner, and he's making it look real easy for us today. As the clock ticks down in the second, this game is going by real fast. I'm sure it's playing real slow for the Phantom here. Here he is again, short pass. On the far sideline, brought down by number 6 of the Phantom. We've seen it all today from Huff and his squad of Paterson. Looking real confident. A lot of playmakers. A lot of great communication. High IQ, high football IQ. As we see it here.
The
Huff.
slide.
Yep.
With the slide, protect your body. You know, we need you for the playoffs.
Definitely.
You feel me?
And he's been playing this whole game. Sometimes, you know, we've seen a few other players step in as QB closer to the end zone, but Huff really making sure his leadership is known here today and just playing every snap, every down, so his team can rely on him. Even if there's something not downfield, no pass available, Huff's got that line of vision to see where he can make something out of nothing. Here he goes again.
Okay, Huff, way to get out the pocket.
Escaping the pressure. Passes it.
Man, Huff is playing out of his mind right now.
Incredibly so. Incredibly so. He's like, I got all the options. I got all the. He doesn't really have a lot of time in the pocket, but with the movement and the footwork he has, exactly. You said it, Ham. He makes the time. That pressure is gonna come every single time. And good look, you know, from the Phantoms defense perspective, that you do have to apply pressure on the quarterback. He is literally going to do it all. But we're going to see more of that attempt right after this break. You want to become an owner? Go to a7fl.com/owners. Welcome back to the A7FL as we're seeing a replay from the U's Huff. Escaping the tackle, finding his man downfield, number 9, Mr. Special. And as we're actually back live here to see what Huff is going to do.
Back. Oh my God.
Bullet pass. What is that, like 45 yards? Oh, they're going to bring it back.
I was out of bounds, but Huff, if you see this, that was a dot. That was a good pass right there.
Yeah, and Tony Toe Tap, number 88, that was his receiver downfield. He's been known for those really amazing long pass catches. Here's the replay so we can see why we're bringing it back here.
Great about time, too.
And indeed, he catches that right, just a toe out of bounds for Tony Toe Tap. Here's Huff, a little bit of a hot potato pass. You wonder why he didn't run. He was just looking his defender in the face.
Hey, man, Huff hot. Huff is hot.
He was like, that was good enough.
Huff is
Number
doing what he gotta
87
do.
with the locks did just enough to get them to 3rd and 2. Inches away from a first down, another first down. Been great on conversions, 4th down conversions. Today, after we saw a little bit of a flop really in that opening drive, haven't seen much flops from Huff since then. Oh no, little bit of an announcer jinx here. We're gonna have a sack on the U. I believe that's the first sack of the game. Maybe one of only a handful of sacks on the Huff probably in his career. And you can see the defense talking to each other. Number 28 is gonna wave off. Then you see some motion. And number 28, here he goes. He said, no, 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 I got this. Let me wrap him up, take him down. And usually Huff has done a really good job. You see the fake, and then he tries to get away from the initial pressure, and they just sandwich him up. It's not usual for a Huff, but I'm sure he'll get up and make a comeback here.
Definitely. If I don't believe in anybody on this field, I believe in Huff.
Okay.
Huff is cooking.
We got a believer in the booth with us. We got a believer. How can you not believe in this man? He is really proving why he is such a staple piece of this league, highly respected for many, many reasons. Many, many reasons. And you could cut a highlight reel just of this game today. We're not even at halftime yet. Here he goes again. Brought down by Jeff. But that should be enough for a first down.
I told you.
What'd you say?
Huff is cooking. Huff is cooking.
Get the skillet, okay? Because it's hot. He's cooking something good for us today. Here's that replay. Motion through his men. Amazing movement.
Way to fight for extra yards.
From that offensive line also to create that hole for Huff to just get through super quick. And convert for first down. It looks like there was a flag. Maybe a late hit. Obviously, the Phantoms are not going to be too excited about that.
Also, good job by Jeff by getting down, you know?
Yeah.
As great as Huff is, I know it's just hard chasing him around the field all the time, you know?
For sure. Very, like, a little bit Lamar Jackson in the way he's kind of, like, he's just so quick to move. Look at that. I mean, obviously, they put a little bit of speed on that, y'all. But still relevant in the way that he could just make those quick time decisions and make it work for his team. Getting a really important first down here. They're going to try to lay it on as thick as possible, the U, so they could get some extra rest if they're looking towards the postseason. So, yeah, there is going to be a little bit of a penalty here. Looks like the ball is going to move about 5 yards as we are looking at YouTube. If you want to subscribe, you better click that little notification bell and watch the A7FL on YouTube. That's youtube.com/the A7FL. Never miss the hits, the highlights, and the best in No Pads football. You're watching the best today as we get back to action here with Huff, the U's amazing quarterback, looking for something. Throws to the near sideline. His man comes back down the field. It's number 1. He was out of the camera's angle, came back down to help his quarterback out, and we've seen that all day long from the U. So many weapons, just understanding almost, you know, they're sharing a brain cell, seems like. They are sharing the same brain cell because these guys are on the same wavelength no matter where Huff is in space.
Wow.
His man was behind the throw, trusted enough to come up and make the catch anyways. Look at this field advantage. Here's the run. Here's the U. Looking for the sideline. Number 7.
When you got Huff throwing the ball like that, it makes the run that much easier.
Wow. What an incredible day for Paterson.
Huff is just a specimen.
You know, we talked to Corey Hammond, our vet and amazing announcer, a few days before the game, and he said this is a revenge game. And if you didn't know, the Phantoms are the only team to have beat Paterson this season. That is why their record is 4-1, but it's looking like they're looking to change the storyline here today. Here's Huff. All the time in the world, looking into the end zone a little too far. Just a little bit too heavy-handed on that throw. But they still got some time to make something here happen on 3rd and 2. Any big predictions here, Ham, for what Huff and the U have planned? The Dirty Dan is back.
Yes, Dirty Dan is back. I'm assuming if Dirty Dan is in the game, they're about to give him the ball.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that's safe to
What
assume.
did I say? Under the 20. Under the 20-yard line. Put in Dirty Dan.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Looks like we got a little bit of movement on the line here. Flag comes out immediately.
They might have to change the game plan now.
Yep. Tried to start too quick. They're going to push the U back here. And switch out a few players as it's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Now they might have to pass the ball.
Yeah. Now they're a little above the 20-yard line, so not as close as they wanted to be originally. I'm sorry, it looks like they placed the line of scrimmage actually around the 23, 24. Here's Huff sparkling in the sunlight. Uh-oh. They did it again. Oh, gosh.
Delay of game?
Penalties starting to add up here. That may be a delay of game. Didn't look like anybody was really ready to move.
If that was delay of game, that was a pretty quick clock.
Okay, y'all. Now we're at 3rd and 12. Here's Huff, finally with the snap. Number 7, looking to pull his ankle out from his tackler, but can't get much. Maybe gained a yard or so. It's Mr. Special Player.
I was just about to say that, Mr. Special Player.
Trying to do something special for his team right now. As we are approaching halftime here in Asbury Park, about 50 seconds left. Now we're on a 4th and 8. They have to convert the first down here. Otherwise, I believe it will be a turnover on downs, which won't put the Phantom in great field position. And here's Huff. Man coming for him.
Yup.
Finds.
Huff doing what Huff does best.
Whoa. Whoa. After all those penalties
That's a great
stacked
play.
up, they had to be backed up about 15, 20 yards. But you know what? Huff said, I'm still comfortable where I'm at in this field positioning. It's just enough to get the touchdown.
Huff might be playing the game of his life.
Woo.
Step up in the pocket. Sidearm throw.
Quick pass to the near sideline. Number 8, almost having to attempt a hurdle, but gets the ball across that line. Touchdown.
That's a pretty athletic play by number 8, too.
Absolutely. Real good. You know, he set up his stance. The Phantoms just didn't offer any coverage. And he was wide open to just turn around and step just a few yards into that end zone.
Huff is so comfortable right now. He is in the stands hugging family and kissing babies.
Yeah, it's 32-6 now, y'all. Again, don't come to me for the math, but it's looking like if the Phantoms can't do much here, approaching the third quarter, We may send y'all home early. Here's a flag on the conversion attempt. Should be a 2-point conversion attempt. Now they're going to back them up. About 5 yards, looks like, so not too bad. Here goes number 5, another flag. And it's going to be incomplete anyways.
Gotta attack the ball.
I'm going to call it dead. They may let the clock run out here, unless they're going to determine what this flag may bring up. As we have 43 seconds left in the second quarter. The U up 32-6. It's been all Paterson today. Phantoms still haven't shown up as we're looking ahead to our second game of the day, which is also a rematch from earlier this season, BIC and the Animals. That is a rivalry you do not want to miss. That is coming up at 4 p.m. Eastern time, right after this game between the U and the Phantoms. All these games today will determine what playoffs and championships may look like. But we're not done here just yet, as the U is going to have the throw off now. Number 16 warming up. Here's the throw. Drew in the backfield. That's going to be a touchback. And what can the Phantoms do now with just a little bit under a minute left in this second quarter?
Throw it up and hope for a prayer.
We've reached that point of the game already?
I can't see too much more they could possibly be at this point. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And welcome back. You're here with us in the booth. I'm Bronna Marks with Up Top Ham. What's up, y'all? Good to have y'all today here with us on this beautiful Sunday afternoon for playoff football. What a great day for playoff football on the A7.
Only thing they could do is throw a prayer up. It's 40 seconds left.
Yeah. You never want to see this much of a disadvantage in such a high-stakes game. But you know what? The Phantoms have come a long way. Wait a minute. We got a big run coming up. Here's Keno. If anybody's going to get it done.
Okay, Keno.
It is Keno Thomas. Okay? He has been the sole player for the Phantoms to just create all the great opportunities to make this game look and feel a little bit different than what you may be seeing on the scoreboard. Here's our replay. A lot of pressure. Mind you, they were on the 20-yard line. He backed up almost closer to the end zone to bring it back down, and now they are in the middle of the field with great advantage, a little bit of time.
Okay, Jeff.
Good screen. They're going to hand it off to Jeff.
Okay.
Keno and Jeff.
If they honestly keep playing like this, I won't see why they couldn't make strides for a comeback.
Yeah.
The odds, though?
Yeah, the odds are against them currently. But, you know, sometimes
it's football, though. Anything can happen.
Exactly. And sometimes, you know, depending on the team, takes them a little bit longer to find their confidence, to really warm up, to really, you know, figure out and adjust their gameplay. So as you see, Keno setting up. Looks like he has 3 eligible receivers downfield. He's going to make a big throw. Almost an interception by DK Butcher.
Hey, that's a good job. All right, the receiver's out of position.
Yeah.
Way to turn into a defender and at least not let the interception happen.
Amazing attempt there. It was a good look, a lot of good confidence on that throw from Keno. Just not enough to bring it down. I mean, the only goal here now is to put points
on the board before the half.
Absolutely. Here's Keno again with the motion, fakes the
Oh.
handoff, going around the pressure, finds the
Oh.
sideline. I think he's actually going to get some loss of yards there. Doesn't look like he made it back to the line of scrimmage, as the guys are feeling a little bit upset about all of that. We did see the sidelines empty earlier. Obviously, a lot of high emotions here today. A lot at stake. Only 14 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's
Playoff
that.
football gets heated.
Break down this replay, Ham.
Zero blocking whatsoever. Keno, like, the line has to help him. You know, I mentioned earlier getting the whole team involved. They gotta, you feel me? They gotta work. It's playoff football. To get to the next round, you gotta work harder than the team that you're playing. So,
Yeah.
you know, you gotta help Keno out. As good of a player as he is, he can't do it by himself.
Absolutely, and
Even though he is trying.
he is trying his best. Okay, it's not 32-0 for a reason. It is 32-6. So they have opportunities to score. You see the pressure coming immediately. Nobody helping with the blocking.
Shirt is
But
off.
Keno loses his jersey. I gotta make some sacrifices.
Wow.
For this touchdown.
I'm taking Keno.
Sacrifice the jersey. Sacrifice it all.
Ripped his jersey off from the back.
Whoa. Keno Thomas, wow. What a play. He's been dealing with that pressure this entire time to end this second quarter, as we're bringing up halftime at this very moment. But I believe we're going to stay here for the conversion attempt. Here's the replay. Keno, just so much pressure. Where is his offensive line?
Non-existent.
Nowhere to be found. Breaks this tackle.
Wow.
This is where he loses the back of his jersey, flapping in the wind as he picks up about 20 to 30 yards to get into the end zone. There's the blocking. The blocking is close.
The blocking is closer to the touchdown.
Closer to the end zone than it was on the snap. So they tried to make up for the fact that he was under some immense pressure. So now that brings us to 32 to 12 at halftime. We'll be right back. If you want to become an owner of one of these amazing, exciting teams, make sure you go to a7fl.com/owners. Welcome back to A7FL as we're looking at highlights from the first half between the Phantom and the U. Here's Jeff on their only, sorry, not their only actually, their first touchdown of the day. Hefe. Then we're gonna see this play by Huff. He's been doing it all, that really big, long shot to Mr. Special Player,
Yep.
I believe, number 7. Ham, what have you been seeing today from Huff and the U?
Huff has been my favorite player today. As you can see, even right here, playing special teams, playing quarterback, he's just been everywhere. Good team morale. He's celebrating with his team.
Dirty Dan for that touchdown.
He's just firing on all cylinders, being the leader, playing hard, speed, IQ, just everything. Like, he's in flow state, basically.
Yeah, and his receivers, look at this catch.
That's a good catch.
That catch was insane. Somebody call up Odell Beckham. Let him know he's got an imitator. But, yeah, you know, not only is Huff just an amazing quarterback, but he really has some good weapons to throw to pass to, even when he's under pressure. Look at this.
That's
Boom.
a good play.
Makes it look incredibly easy. And the running from the U, man, what is the conditioning routine? Look at him still going. And then on the Phantom side, they have been trying their best on offense to make something happen. This is a 3-on-1 with Drew, able to escape a few tackles here and put his team into good field advantage. But, man, it's really been defense and offense from the U this entire game. Here's Keno. Keno's been doing it all. Ham, how do you feel about what he's been doing today?
As far as strategy-wise, I think he needs to play a little bit less hero ball, get his team involved. But effort, he's giving it all he has. I couldn't really ask for too much from him because he's playing his heart out. But I feel like he just needs to get his team involved.
Yeah, you just saw that interception on that last highlight here. And as you see, a little bit of a cool pass to Mayweather for another touchdown from the U. They've been really bringing out all their depth and opportunities. And as you can see, here's Keno again, just stacking up some mistakes from him and his team today that have led to fumbles, interceptions.
That was a good play, too, right there.
And then Huff just making it look easy. His receiver not even in the frame of the camera before he catches it. Again, all these weapons and depth on the U, you're really looking at the reasons why this is the #1 team in the Eastern Conference.
And quick comparison from Keno to Huff. When Huff is scrambling, he's looking for his teammates, looking to see who's downfield, looking to see who's open. And 9 times out of 10, when Keno takes off, he's taking off.
Exactly, and we saw that here in the last touchdown right before halftime. Loses his jersey, sacrificing it all to make sure that this team gets some points on the board. They're not going home that easy. As we're going to see the rest of this game on A7FL.com. Again, I am Brana Marks, and I'm here with Uptown Ham. As you see the score, 32-12. We'll be back here soon, y'all, for more playoff football. Good afternoon and welcome back to A7FL, where we are giving you game one of a slate for the Eastern Conference semifinals. The U showing why they're the number one seed, up 32-12 to start the third quarter. And this league is brought to you by Tape Me Up. You know, both sides of the field, these teams gonna need tape because they doing some work today. Athletes at every level trust Tape Me Up for professional athletic training and taping services from ankles to cleats. Trainer Steve has you covered. Visit tapemeup.net. Don't get hurt. Get taped as we are getting ready for this 3-on-1 throw-off. Jeff, a.k.a. Hefe, and that highlighter green for the Phantoms. And the U stretching it out, maybe looking to get Tape Me Up also. As we're looking to start the third quarter. Started fresh, started new. The mentality is 0-0 now. That throw a little bit short. So I believe we're going to have a running start now for Jeff, which gives the Phantoms a little bit more opportunity to negate the space and put them in good field position for the opportunity to make up this deficit right now that they are in. Here's Jeff. Jeff putting on.
Jeff can do.
And stopped.
If he would have lost his foot, I think he would have had a chance of scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, he was moving pretty quick out there. Got tripped out, falls out of bounds, but at least passes the halfway mark on the field. So giving his team a little bit more of a proper field possession to make something happen. Looks like the momentum has shifted just a little bit. You know, we saw that big touchdown by Keno. Looks like he has a fresh jersey now. Got ripped up earlier. And he's going to look to reset the mentality of what has been a really big challenge for him and his team today against the U's defense. Here we go. Some motion. Finds the hole. Gets through it. Picks up a few yards there. So still number 11.
Yeah.
Don't get fooled by the jersey, y'all. That's still Keno Thomas. He lost his jersey to a ripped. He was ready to sacrifice everything for that touchdown right before halftime. Here's a motion.
Flag on the field.
Pass to the running back, but looks like we're going to pick up a penalty here, like you said.
I mean, this is a solid run so far from Keno.
Money down, money down.
I feel like they're just going with the same.
A little bit more protection there, though.
Yeah, a little bit more, but, you know, that was a run play.
Yeah. Quick decision. Desperate times call for desperate measures sometimes. Here's the pressure again.
There's the pressure that we were just talking about.
No stoppage there, but Keno.
Okay, Keno.
Sometimes, listen. Maybe you go in for the pressure, and the pressure reverse Uno's you. And Keno ends up picking up a decent amount of yards on that play, making it happen himself. Take a look at that again. Pressure immediately.
I'm also starting to understand why the pressure is getting so heavy. I believe some of the linemen are going out for passes.
Yeah.
Either going out for passes or choosing to let the D-line through to block downfield.
And here's a quick handoff.
Okay, nice gain.
Very good gain, as that's going to bring up inches. And they're moving quicker than they have been this entire game, Ham. This is the quickest they have gotten into the red zone yet.
Maybe they just needed some Gatorade in the break.
Something, a little extra motivation. You know, some teams in athletics in general and sports in general, some teams are just second half teams. Takes them a little bit longer for that slow burn to really get hot and for them to really find their confidence. Here's Jeff again. Keno to Jeff. Passes it to the far sideline. It's not looking like much of a gain there. Brings up 2nd and 10. They're definitely going to rely on the running game here. Hopefully to stay patient and get as close as possible for the opportunity to score. Now the question is it going to be Keno to do it all himself? Or is he going to rely on a receiver or a runner?
Right now it's looking like it's either Keno or Jeff.
Keno
and
to
they're
Jeff.
going for Jeff.
Oh, Jeff getting tangled up. And he actually backpedals, so that's going to lose some yards for the Phantoms. Tries to go straight up the middle, which is a good effort to start, then tried to reverse his direction. And now it's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
I don't know if you can see, when they got to that close shot, Jeff does look a little tired, so I don't know if that's going to...
Yeah, maybe he didn't get enough of a little bit of a recovery during that halftime. He's been putting in a lot of work today, though. It's been Keno and Jeff. Here's Keno. Here's some screen going to the sideline.
Ball is out or it's down.
I believe they're going to call that down maybe at the 1-yard line. Should be 4th and goal at this point. The refs may have something else to say. Here's that second look. Keno always looking to do it himself. Spins around, tries to outstretch. Oh, was he down?
That's close.
Yeah.
We might need another. I don't know if they have another angle, but
That angle is definitely interesting.
That is close.
Here's that second angle. Good blocking.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to get to that far sideline. Here's that spin you saw. Trips over his defender.
I don't know. I don't know. That might look like a fumble right there.
I don't know. It looked kind of simultaneous to me. It looked like his hip went down and the ball went out at the same time.
That'd be a hard decision for the ref to make, but I don't know.
If they can't make a proper decision, they should just leave it as they called it, which would be down around the 2nd-yard line. But it looks like they're still talking it out on the field, so we're going to get a few more takes of this play here.
See, if they can get in super slow motion, we need slow-mo, like...
Yeah. And great effort also by his offensive line this time to really execute that screen,
here.
really provide the direction that he needed to go in.
That's a close call.
It is a close call, indeed. Indeed. That is playoff football, though. Everything is high stakes. And now the Phantoms are just going to hope that it's going to stay in their favor. And an incredible play, incredible effort. It's probably the most aggressive we've seen Keno in the red zone today.
See, I don't know. I don't know. It looked like a fumble.
Yeah, it looks pretty much like it's happening at the same time. His knee is down and the ball is coming out. So, yeah, it does look like the ball is going to stay with Lexington here. They're going to bring up 4th and 10. But the U looks like they're going to take a timeout. Try to mess up probably the momentum that the Phantoms are trying to work off of here. And this game break is brought to you by No Limit, wearable biometric shorts delivering real-time performance data. Train smarter, recover better. Scan the QR code and learn more at nolimit.pro. As we see these pros doing something here.
Oh, good stuff. Ball is out again.
Stuffed up right on the edge of the touchdown zone.
That's a solid stop by the U right there.
And now it's going to be the used ball unless the refs are looking for something different here. Here's that instant replay. Oh, Keno, the heartbreak.
Went head first into a brick wall.
And he could have, he tried to,
he tried to lateral.
Yeah, he tried to lateral it, get it to his big man, but continued to be stuffed up there. But it looks like whatever penalty was called is going to benefit the Phantom. Or they're just going to call it a first down. Oh. All right, so now we're going to bring up first and goal. So the Phantoms working with luck on their side. Here is another opportunity for them to get a touchdown. Looks like a quarterback sneak right in the middle, and that is finally gonna be a touchdown for the Phantoms.
Like you said, finally.
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 We've been under the 5. We've been between the 5-yard line and the touchdown zone for about 5 minutes, y'all. As Keno Thomas again trying to do whatever he can do in the playbook to make it happen. And we have a little bit of a alternative tush push, if you will, to get him into the end zone and secure that touchdown for his team.
I mean, for Keno to be doing this all by himself, to have 18 points is pretty impressive.
What a day for Keno Thomas. The Phantoms, they're gonna have to really hold their QB up because he has been just a game-changing, pivotal player for them. Here's a conversion attempt.
Great play.
Finds Drew for the 2-point. And you know what? That 32-6, that's looking like real in the past. It is 32-20 now.
It's looking real close right now.
Only a few scores in between these two teams. Again, if you didn't see these teams play earlier in the season, the Phantoms handed Paterson their only loss. And the Phantoms are doing a hauntingly good job at reminding them that this is still a competitive game that we have going on today at Asbury Park. We're gonna go to 3-on-1 throw off. Here's Keno again. I'm gonna use that arm. It's a lot of wind on the field right now. If you can see the American flag's all twisted up underneath itself because it is quite windy down there on that field. And then the U is going to have number 7 in the backfield to receive. Here's the ball spinning through there. Good catch. Number 7 looking for the sideline. Getting up the sideline. All of his defenders falling
he stepped out.
But it looks like the ref is going to call him out of bounds.
Wow.
Wow, what an incredible attempt from Pack
Stepped out
Money.
before the 50-yard line.
Oh, he got some cardio in for that one.
Literally.
And this is always a good effort to find the sideline and create space. And it looks like,
Yeah.
steps
That's
out.
a good eye by the ref.
Yeah, it was just
I sure didn't see that.
literally his big toe. That's why they're down there, though. That is why the refs are down there. And it looks like it's going to be a timeout for the Phantom, and we're actually going to take that timeout too. As you see this score, the U is still up 32-20. If you want to become an owner, make sure you go to a7fl.com/owners. All right, y'all, we are back for A7FL playoff action. Here's the U, using their big man, Dirty Dan.
30. Oh, that's a good hit right there.
And he's going to use that power to get downfield.
I think Dirty Dan got about like 10 yards per carry.
Absolutely. He's definitely going to make his physicality known every time he gets that ball in his hands. And here we're going to take a second look at that. Pushes off and then goes around the edge, and that's Jeff bringing him down. Here we are again, the U. And who are you, Mr. Man, finding that hole and picking up? That's Sag Sosa. Snags, I believe. Snags Sosa. Again, the U, just so much depth, y'all. They really have so many playmakers. It's hard to keep up here. But hey, we're going to take a look at that play one more time. Ham, what are you seeing here?
What did you say his name was? Snags?
Snag Sosa.
Snags. You could tell the difference between him and what's it called?
Dirty Dan.
Yeah, you can tell the difference between him and Dirty Dan. Dirty Dan got the power and Snags got the quickness.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see Dirty Dan right
Dan
there.
right back at it.
They're going back and forth between their strong men, trying to get downfield in a timely manner, but patience is key. They're not rushing it, no big throws just yet. Just trying to continue to convert and get those first downs until they get comfortably in that red zone area.
Dirty Dan also looks to be wearing that defense down.
Yeah, here's Huff. Lines up with the shotgun, fakes it.
Okay.
Then throws it downfield. Number 2 brings it in for the completion. There's going to be a flag on the play. And that's Dot Boss who brought in that catch. Here you see a really solid fake by Snags. Everybody's trying to figure out where the ball is. And then Dot Boss with a solid stiff arm and great field positioning for Paterson. This flag is actually going to bring up 1st and 10 as we approach the 7-minute mark in the third quarter. And they're going to get some of the best field advantage that they've had off of a penalty yet.
Ooh, fade ball.
Here's a throw.
Oh, he almost caught that.
Oh, not able to bring it in. Nope, different number 7 now. Pot Street? Okay, we may have to figure that out. But, okay, we got more than one number 7. He tries to bring it in. That's not going to work. So now we're going to see some throw attempts here from Huff as he's looking for this touchdown. Good defense by the Phantoms just to put a hand up there and throw the ball off target. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for Huff and the U with the shotgun setup. Here's Snags.
Oh.
Uh-oh. But Mayweather picks it up. So recovered by the U. It's not going to hurt them too bad, but that was a sketchy one. That was a little bit scary.
Yeah. I mean, if the Phantoms get a stop right here and score, they're right back into the game, just like that.
And that number 7, not seeing him. There's a few number 7s, y'all, but we're just gonna keep it pushing and see what the U does here on 3rd and 10. Defenses on both sides have been really stepping it up, making it hard for each other, for their offensives to really get something done, as you saw where we were in the red zone for like 10 minutes when the Phantoms looking for that touchdown. That's going to be an incomplete pass.
Gotta look the ball out of the way, and you can't go nowhere without the ball.
From Huff to number 89, I believe that is. And now we're at 4th and 10. No kicking in the A7FL. This has to be a touchdown. Keyword on has to be.
Got it. One of your best play
Here's
right
Huff.
here.
He's looking for the throw.
Pick.
Oh, is that Jeff?
I think that's Jeff.
Jeff with the
I think that's
interception.
Jeff.
And if they don't get him down.
He might be the worst person to catch a pick.
Oh, my gosh. Look at all this blocking. Look at the blocking.
Is his jersey ripped too?
Looks like it. Looks like it. Oh, my gosh. No jersey is safe today.
They are taking the jerseys with them.
And they are hyping up Mr. Jeff. As they should be. Whoa.
Jeff jersey ripped from the back also.
What an incredible interception and attempt for that pick six. But puts his team in the best possible place to make it work. And we're going to go to break after that. Take a breather. If you want to become an owner, make sure you go to a7fl.com/owners. Here's that replay for you. Huff make an attempt for a touchdown, but that touchdown turns into an interception by Mr. Jeff, number 0.
That's a great play by Jeff.
Incredible. Jeff has been monumental in this game. We've said his name all day long.
From beginning to end.
Ham, how important is this play for the Phantoms?
This play is extremely important because if they score now, it's going to cut that lead. And we were just talking about at the beginning of the game, it looks like no hope. But this is why you don't give up.
Exactly.
Play to the end of the game. It's never over till it's over.
And here goes Keno. Real casual, running to the sideline. He's going to get ripped out of bounds.
They trying to take that jersey too.
We've seen a lot of jerseys taking on most of the brunt force of these players. No jersey is safe here in Asbury Park today, especially not on the Phantom side. You know, they got the little cutoff, so it's a little less protection. There's no real sleeves. So once you pull on that thing, it may come off. So Keno's lost his jersey. He had to change. I believe Jeff has had his jersey ripped. Not sure if he changed one yet, but glad to see. And maybe they got a lot of backups. This happens often. And here we are again. Keno back there by himself. Got a lot of time. Here comes some pressure from number 31, but he's going to escape that. Going towards the sideline at the 20, runs out of bounds. And it's loud down there on the field. Lexington is hyped to see what their team is doing late in this game after being down for so long. I'm going to take a look.
Putting his body on the line and playing his heart out right now. I thought he was going to throw that corner route, but he just decided to take it in his own hands once again.
Once again. It's like surprising, but not too surprising. Here it goes again. Pressure coming. Keno still taking his time, super patient with it, just gonna run it out of bounds himself.
I'm just surprised he's not tired. He's been running all day.
We wouldn't know. We would, even if he is tired, he is playing through it. The conditioning is key for Keno. It's been a big challenge for him to see some opportunities downfield in which he doesn't have to make a play himself. But he's not mad about doing it himself because he seems to be doing 9 out of 10 times, 9 out of 10 snaps. Keno's going to do what Keno needs to do.
That's an impressive stat right there.
Here's a little bit of a different setup here for their offense. One wide receiver at the top, running back. But Keno again.
Oh,
and then
with the late pitch.
Uh-oh. Is that a legal pass to number 28, Mr. Finesse? Looks like it was an accurate enough lateral pass. That's why they had number 28 offset to the QB to see if he could follow his route and maybe make a second chance opportunity happen. So that's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Phantoms. And we may see a timeout here, or the refs looking to talk out a decision. As we are at 39 seconds left in the third quarter. It's been a long but great day of football this afternoon so far, as we're going to see this replay of Keno making that lateral pass. Looks accurate.
Yeah, it does look accurate.
Number 28, Mr. Finesse, in that highlighter orange. And it sounds like they may be talking through an illegal formation. Keno getting wrapped up there by DK Butcher, and then handing it off to Finesse to see if he could finesse his way to the end zone, but it didn't work out there. And the U looks like they are taking a timeout. And if you want to bring a team to your city, you want to join the excitement and the Sunday spring football vibes, make sure you go to A7FL.com/owners to figure out how to bring a team to your area of the country or the state or the world, if we're going global. Here we are again. Keno, what's he gonna do?
Oh.
He's gonna get swatted that time, but that may be a roughing the passer situation. Obviously, the U there, everybody's fighting. That's clean. That's clean. Clean hit. This is where we're going to take a break as the refs talk to the players, try to figure out what's going on. It's 32-20, and we'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, y'all. Here's that replay of that penalty that ended the third quarter. They called a roughing the passer here as Keno, again, scrambling, trying to make something happen. The hit comes, the swat comes, and the refs are going to throw that flag. So here we are at the start of the fourth. The U still in the advantage, 32-20, but the momentum has shifted a little bit in the Phantoms' favor as we've seen some really big plays from them just as of recently. That big touchdown before halftime, Keno doing Keno things. So, Ham, what are we expecting to end this game? It's the last 15 minutes.
At this point, anything can happen. I counted Lexington out, and Keno has just been playing out of his mind. And I can't say that he won't get them back in the game. Like, I don't know. It's a big question mark right now.
So the Phantoms are going to take that play and just reverse on the field as we are in the fourth quarter now. They're going to get another attempt here on 2nd and 10 to see if they continue to chip away at the lead that the U have sent. Here we go. Here's Keno.
He is
doing Keno things.
Yep.
Spins through his tacklers. Just gonna be stuffed up right there between the 1 and the 2 yard line.
Smart decision by Keno by not reaching out for that touchdown. I know he really wanted to, and a lot of people would have in that scenario, but the defenders would look like they were ready for him to try and reach it out so they could swat it.
We've definitely seen a lot of risky plays by Keno. Obviously, it's reward over risk at this point as we come back on 3rd and 10.
That was a pretty hard hit.
Tried to run it straight up the middle.
It's another one of those cases just running into a brick wall.
Yep. Here's that replay for y'all. Keno setting up. The defense was really almost not ready, but they
Huff
were
in on that tackle also.
Also, exactly.
Huff is just doing everything.
I was like, actually, I need to stay warm. Let me get out there and make sure we could avoid this touchdown from the Phantoms, so I don't have to work as hard on the offense. These players do it all, y'all. Here's Keno again. Little drop pass. Touchdown. Phantoms.
Hey, who drew that up? Who drew that up? Somebody
Dance it off, guys. Number 43. With the 40. That's right. That's 40. Number 43, but nickname is 40. Bringing it in for the touchdown for Lexington. They're going to come up here also and attempt this conversion. Should be a 1-point attempt. Lexington looking real good out there. He's a shotgun. Offensive line doing their thing for once, but still the pressure. Here's Keno, gonna take his time. Oh!
Imagine.
Whoa! Looks like
And
his
that's
receiver, that's 40 again. 40 said, give me the touchdown and give me the conversion, actually.
And the army crawl.
And look at that. We need to see that replay because he kept his toes in that touchdown zone. Just falls vertically. Has anybody seen the Michael movie yet? Because it was definitely given the lean. I saw the lean happen. It's 32-27, y'all. We got a game. Here's our replay. Ham, what you seeing?
Rolls out the pocket, doing a great job of creating space. I thought he threw up a prayer, but he was wide open.
Look at them toes.
Great toe tap.
Amazing effort by 40. Wouldn't have been a completed conversion if he didn't know where he was in space.
This could be a questionable call. I know the refs are talking. He could have had the ball not cross the plane. His toes were in, but where was the ball?
Also very true.
I don't know.
His shadow looked pretty aligned. And it sounds like they may just stick with the original call. We've seen a few plays here today where it may just be too close to just change their decision. And the Phantoms are on the field celebrating.
They got the momentum right now.
They are doing their warrior dance and song. They're feeling really, really good about it. You know, this may be a little bit of deja vu for the U. In that game where the Phantom were able to pull off the win, they did it in the final moments. So this one looking like a close call again. But this game is actually this game break is brought to you by No Limit. As we see, these players really have no limitations on them today. Wearable biometric shorts delivering real-time performance data. Train smarter, recover better. Scan the QR code, that little box on the right side of your screen. Learn more at nolimit.pro. As we see these pros bring it together for the 3-on-1 throw-off. Keno, he needs his recovery because he's back on that field to throw again. As the U has their man deep and the wind is blowing here in Asbury Park.
This kind of the great thing I love about football is you can never count a team out because anything can happen and the game is just never over, honestly.
Absolutely. Sometimes teams start out hot and can't continue that. Other teams start out a little bit slower.
Come back.
Exactly, and that's
Right
you
up.
now. Here's number 7 again, getting his team some good field advantage around the 40-ish hash line. So we're looking at 13 minutes, 28 seconds left in the fourth. So it just slides, honestly, just probably lost his footing a little bit there. Per usual, is probably looking for that sideline to really get up there, but still good positioning for the Huff. I mean, the Huff could really do anything.
Yeah.
With nothing and everything. Right now, he has literally a little bit of everything.
Huff is basically Superman of the A7.
As he has Mayweather in the shotgun with him. A receiver at the top of your screen. Little bit of a short pass to Mayweather as he gains maybe a yard or so on the play. As we talked about, sometimes teams' momentums can shift throughout this game. You know, the U, and we talked about it also in the beginning of the game, the U really started out really hot, heavy, fully loaded, and the Phantoms took them a little bit longer to kind of get comfortable and figure out exactly how their game plan was going to work against this #1 seed and all this talent here. As you see her, Huff set up again,
Ooh,
fakes it, and then throws it long.
Great play call.
Well, that's going to be incomplete.
Just need a little bit more execution.
And then Mr. Special Player was downfield hoping he could catch that one.
You know, nobody can be perfect. Not even Huff.
Not even Huff.
Not even Huff.
Look, but he could be close enough, honestly.
Yeah.
He's giving like 90.
He's almost LeBron.
Yeah, giving like 92% at least. 92% perfect. Gonna have to get his proper QBR rating set up for us as we're near the 12 minutes in the fourth. Here's Huff again next to Mayweather. He's got a receiver and Mr. Special Player closer to the sideline, but it's Mayweather that's actually going to take it and find the further sideline. Looks like there's a flag or there's something being thrown. There's a lot going on that sideline for the U. And we may see.
That was a pretty big hit on that sideline.
Yeah, yeah.
A couple of players are slow to get up right now.
Here's our replay. Solid, confident handoff to Mayweather. And then it looks like he gets ripped. Tries to stay upright and then is completely pushed. But I believe he was already out of bounds. So that's going to bring up 1st and 10. As the U again benefiting off of penalties from the Phantoms' mistakes here. A little bit overly aggressive on the defense. Here's Huff by himself. Here comes the motion. Some time in the pocket.
Okay,
He's going to bring it up. Good attempt by Huff to keep the play going. Incredible work by Huff. Always seemingly making a play, even when there feels like there is no options out there. That's what he's been doing all day. Right now, it's a question of longevity. As we have 10 minutes left here in this fourth, both teams have been working really, really hard on both sides of the ball. We saw some really key players trying to catch their breath in that beginning of that third quarter. As Mayweather takes it again and picks up a few yards there, going to his left.
Here he comes.
They're inching their way closer and closer to that red zone. Once they get there, it's very hard to stop them. And Huff may be looking to make a big-time play here.
Sounds like he's drawing up some type of pass play, possibly.
Now,
It's 3rd and about 3.
Yep. Mayweather talking to him. Here's Huff, a little bit of motion by Dirty Dan. Mayweather!
Dirty Dan, good block.
Knew exactly what was going to happen. Dirty Dan kind of lackadaisically did a little bit of motion, set off the defense, created that hole. Mayweather takes advantage. Oh, wow. The football IQ is through the roof today for the U. Here it is again. Ham, take us through this.
Yes, Mayweather was able to make that play, but the key block was Dirty Dan on that kick out right there. I feel like with this play, he's the unsung hero. And just as much as it's Mayweather's touchdown, it's Dirty Dan's touchdown too.
Absolutely. Every effort makes the difference at this point in the game when you
Motion, kick out. Yep. Perfect.
That's perfect football. You can't ask for much better than that.
Can't.
Accurate, confidence, and strong. That is what Paterson U has been displaying all day. Here's Huff again, further conversion attempt. Pressure coming. He's spinning out of
Okay,
his,
Huff.
still staying on his feet, looking for somebody to throw it to.
Oh,
and
somehow Huff does it.
Finds his man. There is a
There's
flag down. But that's number 14 in the end zone to receive that ball.
Man, Huff just finds a way to get it done every time.
I think they're trying to argue that he was an ineligible receiver. And then see the play again. He has the two offensive linemen trying to help him out while he's trying to escape the pressure coming to him anyways. Then has all the time in the world closer to that near sideline. And finds number 14 just right in the middle of the end zone. So it seems like there's a little bit of discussion on the field going on if this play was viable.
I wonder what that flag is about.
Looks like it's going to be a replay of this conversion attempt. After talking through if that was a valid play by the U. And obviously the player is going to definitely try to argue their side. As we're getting later and closer to the end of this game, it's win or go home here in the A7FL playoffs. Everything is on the line. Number 1 seed, the U, versus number 4 seed, Phantoms, the Lexington Phantoms. New to this league, but not new to the mentality of winning and competition. Here it is again. Here's Huff. Big throw. Back turned and all, but it's not gonna work. Just unfortunate, but they still have a good advantage, up 38-27. And we're gonna take a break here. We'll be right back after this. Here we are back again for the 3-on-1 throw off. The U, Quattrell Huffin, gonna throw it off here. And it looks like the Phantoms are gonna have a touchback. As we see, if you want to bring a team to your city, you should go to a7fl.com/owners. You want to be a part of all the excitement, spring football action, no pads, purest kind of football you can have near you. Then make sure you go, again, to a7fl.com/owners and see if you can own your own team. As this is going to bring up 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Phantoms. Down by a little bit. Still with time on the clock to make anything happen. It wouldn't be unsurprising. They've done it before, and there's a possibility they could do it again, especially with Keno Thomas here doing it all himself. Not finding a pass play, but finding a run play of his own and moving the ball upfield for the Phantoms. We've seen Keno do every single thing today. If he is not in MVP contention after this game, I don't know what else he could do. Here he goes again, all the pressure. Where's some help? No help. Throws it up. Uh-oh. That was a mistake. Interception. Here's the U getting creative. Still getting creative. Number 9.
Special play. Ooh.
Then he finds the hole himself. Runs through every single player on the field. Touchdown. Paterson U.
I don't know.
Whoa.
They might have just sealed the game with that one.
They may have.
They might have just sealed the game with that.
They're up a few touchdowns now. The Phantoms would have to pull out all their tricks, and they haven't had many today. They've just relied heavily on Keno and Jeff.
Yep.
And again, I said this was going to be a game of longevity. Keno here may be looking a little bit fatigued, scrambling for days out there, and then just throwing it up, hoping somebody on his team brings it in. But that is not the case, as number 14 for the U. He gets the interception, passes off to number 11, and then Mr. Special Player.
Special player makes special plays in special moments.
We figured out why he's Special Player, right? Number 9 for the U. He's done this several times today. Interception, fumble recovery. He's doing the special kind of plays to make sure his team is solidified in the opportunity to win and to advance in these playoffs. Whoa. What a play. What a play. Heartbreaking for the Phantoms in Keno. Probably getting a little bit of the wind knocked out of them at this point in the fourth quarter. And yes, that score is for real, y'all. The U is up 44-27, under 8 minutes left in the fourth. There's still time, but not too much time to make mistakes at this point. It's all about accuracy. The U has been accurate all day long on both sides of the ball. And I don't think it will be a surprise to anybody that they are going to continue to do so. Ham, how are you feeling? Actually, just kidding, we'll come back to that. But make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com. Y'all know what YouTube is. Y'all got the app and the webpage and all that. Make sure you do / the A7FL. You see it on the bottom of your screen. Make sure you subscribe and join the chat. All right. Here we are. The U.
Here he
making
goes
a play.
again.
Is that Mr. Special Player?
Yeah, special player.
He ain't tired. Not tired. Whoa. What is that? Like a 25-yard run after that interception, and he made even a longer run. He's got all the energy in the world.
He's definitely special.
He
I'll tell
got
you that.
special energy, special plays, special option. Number 9. Welcome to A7. Glad to have you here on this field today, making it super exciting for us, and especially easier on the QB, Huff, who has been the brain and the power of this team. Actually not down, not down on the field anymore. Looks like he's
They might be in cruise control now.
had enough for today, so now we're seeing number 5 step in for him in that highlighter pink, making plays and using time on the clock, hopefully to just get comfortable. I heard the guys wanted to go to McDonald's after the game, so maybe that's what they're looking forward to.
Maybe they already started heading over.
Yeah, they're already pre-ordering their meals. They are pre-ordering the meals, y'all. They deserve whatever sweet treat or salty treat they want after this game. I think they've proved it at this point. As we're on 1st and 5 and time is just ticking away. Now it's all about the time management that is left. Not if the U want to complete this win. It's about not giving the Phantoms any more opportunities to really hold on to the ball. Here's number 7. Big tackle from the Phantoms. Number 6. Another highlighter pink we're seeing on this field. Penalty holding on the U. Actually, sometimes this happens. Bring a different set of players into the game trying to work together. As we see that replay and that big hit.
Somebody needs to check on number 31. He got up pretty slow and looked a little dizzy.
Yeah. No pads. All bodies here in the A7.
Trying to see special play, make a special play right now.
And here's 7 trying to get that carry going, but number 6 was not having it from the Phantoms. Here we are again. QB alone. Fakes a little pass. Then he, whoa!
Oh.
Whoa! Big throw! 5-7 to you.
Wow.
Oh, they're just layering it.
That is a tough throw, too. He took a big hit.
That was a beautiful, beautiful throw. Truly accurate. Masterclass on how to complete a long pass. We're going to see it again.
Quarterback took a shot on this play. I'm surprised he threw that throw with so much accuracy.
And you see there was a little bit of pressure coming, but whoa, the coverage just completely dropped off. And is that Keno? I believe that's actually Keno Thomas playing cornerback there.
Yep.
Still got him in the game, working both sides of the ball, but the fatigue definitely starting to set in here. Looks like they called that touchdown back. So there's been a few plays here at the end of the game for the U that just have not gone their way. As they get a run going straight up the middle to gain a few yards. And everybody's gonna try to help each other up here as we got a little bit of a pile up on the tackles. Number 51. Big man in the middle of your screen. And we're taking a look ahead to the next game that we will be here with you for. Rematch, BIC, Animals. But this time for playoff contention.
Win or go home.
That's right. That'll be shortly after this game ends, as these players are starting to arrive and they're seeing the end of this game, understanding what is at stake in the rankings. Here's a run by Mayweather. He's gonna get stuffed up. It's a lot of chit chat. And now it's the U's turn to get really hype on the sideline and get loud and show exactly why they are here this far into the season. Here's that replay. Good handoff.
Good tough run too, breaking a good amount of tackles and way to get down on the knee.
Absolutely.
Smart play.
And just running the clock here, just draining it out. As the U is starting to feel it. Another stuff. Phantom's still taking the opportunity to show that they're still here. Still ready to make a play. That's number 7 talking his talk. Here's that replay. Huff with the handoff to Mayweather, going straight up the middle, but is immediately stopped by the Phantom's big man, number 7. And that's a timeout for the Phantoms, as they're going to see if they could do something else here at the end of this fourth. 38-27, the U up. We'll be right back after this. And we are back here for A7FL playoff action. Here's a 3-on-1. Number 9, we've been calling you special player. That's on the back of your jersey. But, of course, this is Mims, Dakari Mims, as you're seeing on your screen right now. Getting ready for the throw-off with his QB, Quattrell Huffin. Here's the throw-off. A little bit of one of those situations, probably trying to get an offside. And then here's a return for the Phantoms. I believe that's Drew. Yes, it is. Mr. Drew Ruffin. And now the Phantoms have maybe something they can work with, possibly. Ham does not agree, y'all.
I don't know, man.
And nearly impossible, as we're brought to you by the hybrid training of Chaos Gladiator. A7FL football is pure chaos, as you could have seen in this game today. That's why Chaos Gladiator Fitness is the official hybrid fitness partner of the A7FL. Make sure you scan the QR code to download the app for a chance to win a free month of training, or start today for just $15 a month. That's not much, especially with the inflation. For premium supplements and performance gear, use code A7FL for 13% off. And here are the Phantoms again, trying to do something as we approach the 2-minute warning. But as Ham just said to me, not looking likely that they're going to do something that's going to make all of the difference in the world. But they're still going to try. Keno is in still. Here's a big throw. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Uh-oh, can't bring it in. They may do it again, but we are actually going to go to break. That's your score, 38-27. The U is up. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back. As we are approaching the end of game one in a 2-game slate we have for playoffs in Asbury Park, New Jersey. The U, number 1 seed, up on the number 4 seed, the Phantoms, 38-27. Here's a play. It's Keno Thomas.
Keno.
Trying to do something.
Oh, my goodness.
Looking for the sideline, but a big hit.
On the sideline.
Huge hit. But ends up out of bounds and stops the clock. As you see, he is gingerly walking back to the middle of the field. I'm going to take a quick look at this again. Seen it all day, pressure coming, and he just has to run around and create some space. That's Dakari Mims on the push out there. As we're going to see the Phantoms maybe attempt a big play here. There's the pass, but it looks like the receiver just slips up. 40. More of a tight end, but not able to make anything happen there. As the Phantoms doing everything they can now, under 2 minutes, to make a difference in this game. They have played as competitively as possible with the talent and the depth. They've stayed neck and neck.
Yeah.
For the last few quarters. They were down big. What was it, 32-6?
Yep.
So
they fought hard to come back. They
also
did.
speaks to the Phantoms' defense, keeping the U mostly at the same score for a majority of this game, while the Phantoms were actually doing all the work also on offense to try to catch up and close the gap. So you really have to give it up to this newly formed or renamed, however you want to call it, team. And here's the U picking it up. Big run. They got the turnover on downs. Huff's still in. Not taking no breaks here.
Huff don't get enough.
No breaks. We saw him sit out for maybe like a half a second. Yep. Then there were some mistakes, and you know he was like, "Actually, I'll just go back in."
Yeah. Just finish it later.
And you know what? I'll take my break later. Here he is again in the huddle, making sure his team is on the same page. He's been a mastermind here, making sure all his guys are in sync, sharing the same brain cell, as I would say. Here he is with the shotgun and the handoff. There he goes into the end zone, and that is absolutely going to cap this victory.
That's the cherry on top right there.
For Paterson, number 1 in the league, number 1 in our hearts, number 1 on the field today, making it known why they are the way they are. Ham, look at this play.
Lost yards to gain yards, and just, like, that's just talent right there, I ain't gonna lie.
Just exemplary talent. Just an abundance of talent. And you can see the guys starting to handshake it up as they're going to wait for this clock to wind down. They are going to go for the 1-point attempt. And here it is. Pass is going to be incomplete. The U is going to come onto the field for the final time today. As I'm sure Mr. Keno Thomas, what an effort. What an incredible effort to make his name known to this entire league and everything that he's done today, as well as with his team, newly founded, newly named, new identity, and they were able really to just keep as close in step with such a veteran type of leadership in Huff and the U. It may be the end of the season for the Phantom, but the U is going to actually look ahead to more playoff opportunities. Their season isn't done yet. Neither is Huff. Here he is on this throw off. And Jeff in the backfield.
Almost out the back of the end zone.
Another touchback. 48 seconds left. Ham, if you had to sum up the U's play in like 3 words or less, what would you say?
3 words or less. Less immaculate.
That's a good one. That is, I can agree with that. Immaculate. You really don't need more than one because.
Shout out the Huff.
Yeah. Shout out Huff. He needs to teach a master class in A7 football. You know, we talked to veteran and announcer Corey Hammond, and he said himself, he was like, I don't think there's any other player in the league playing as good as A7FL football as Huff. Here's a sack on the Phantoms. Haven't seen much of those today, but they're just going to continue to add on to the reasons of their strength and dominance over the Phantoms today. Keno, I'm sure he's ready to tape himself up and get some recovery.
Literally.
I can only imagine how that man's body is feeling. He needs an ice
He's
bath.
gonna need an ice bath, massages.
Gatorade, carbs. We need to help him out, okay? Because he really has made this game worth watching and this competition worth announcing with all the effort that he has put in today. It's been incredible work to see. As we come to the end of this Eastern Conference semifinals, the U are your winners behind Cottrell Huffin, 2-time MVP, 3-time champ, and maybe looking at another one. Take down the Lexington Phantoms, who were the ones to give the U their only loss of the regular season, but there will not be another loss in that bracket today. Thank y'all so much. I'm Bronna Marks here with Up Top Ham. We'll see you on the next one at Asbury Park High School.